All right, all right. The time was almost up. I want us to have some time to discuss it. Some time to discuss if you have any question. So we're back up now again. We're back up again. We're back up again. So as I was saying, my first TP is going to be at the 38.2 level of the fib that I fibbed from where price actually moved all the way up to. Sometimes you might not know price is doing this, assuming you saw a trade that is incomplete. I have one of those trades. We'll go through it, and then you will know what I mean by incomplete. You're going to take your TPs from the D leg. So you're going to measure from the C to the D. And then your first TP will be the 38.2, second TP 61.8, and then the third one is going to be at 78.6. But when price push above your entry zone and gives you a clear entry, a clear wick, that is where you're going to take your fib from to measure the TP. Because in the end, the retracement, the major retracement we're looking at is 38.2, 61.8, and then 78.6. Those are the major retracement we're looking at for TPs. You don't want to miss it. Assuming you still keep your TP measured from D to C, like you're still holding on onto this trade thinking, oh, it's not up to my first TP yet. It's not up to my first TP yet. And then all of a sudden it hit the 38.2 zone from where it actually started retracing from. And then it begins to go back up. You might be in a trade and then in the end, you are in profit. You end up losing the trade. That's the reason why I want you to go back, measure the move from where price actually began retracing from, and take your TPs, readjust, and take your TPs from the 38.2, 61.8, and then the 78.6. Always, when you're trading this strategy, place two trades. Place two trades. One for TP1 and one for TP2. For the one you're trading for your TP2, assuming your main trading lot size, it's 0.04. Your second trade should be 0.02. And that you're taking it to TP2. The reason why I want you to use this risk management is because sometimes price will come all the way to hit TP1 and then retrace back to your entry before it drops to TP2. To avoid you constantly looking at your trade, how is it going? Have I gone back into minus? That kind of FOMO, to avoid that. All I want you to do is reduce the risk you are putting in if you're going for TP2. Sometimes price goes straight, it smashes through straight into your TP2. I have an example here, BTC USD. I have an example here. It happened yesterday. Look what happened yesterday on my BTC trades. Immediately price hit the D point. It smashed all the way TP1, TP2. It went even past my TP3. Look where price actually got to before it started retracing. This is where price actually got to before it started retracing. Sometimes you're going to have this clear movement. In other cases, you're not going to have that. So I want you to reduce the risk size you are having for your TP2. Look what happened on this, in this case, especially. Let's measure this move and see what happened. This is the actual trade I am looking at. These are different patterns, guys. So don't look at it. We will get to this point. We'll get to this different type of patterns as well. I think this is a cipher pattern. The harmonic scanner don't give you a cipher pattern. It doesn't give you that. But I'm going to teach you how to actually trade a cipher pattern on your own. And it works amazing. It works magic, guys. Look what happened on this. It came all the way, almost a TP1, and then it dropped back into your entry zone. Assuming you went in on a full-on lot size, immediately it drops back onto your entry zone. You'd be panicking. Maybe you want to close the trade. But if you put good risk management on your second entry, in that case, you don't care about the little movement, the pullback it's going to do, coming back, even past your entry zone, and then going back into the TPs. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a 1 in the chat box if it makes sense. If you're taking some value out of this. If you're getting some value out of this, give me a 1 in the chat box. I want you to have that confidence in taking the trade and staying in the trade for as long as possible, maximizing your profit. You place 2 trades, 1 for your normal lot size and 1 half of your normal lot size. So for every single harmonic pattern you see, that is how I want you to trade it. Twin trade it, but with different lot size. Okay, so with all said and done on this pair, which one was I looking at? Euro card. All said and done on Euro card. Now I just want to give us some time to have a discussion. You can ask any question, whichever place you thought could not make significant sense to you, wasn't so clear to you. You can just unmute yourself and then ask the question, and then we can go through it. Can you do this? Can you do this on any pair? All right, Reese. I just showed you one on BTC. That is Bitcoin. I'm going to show you some more. I'm going to show you some more for you to see that. That is how I trade. So if you look on my charts, that's all you're going to be seeing. Harmonic patterns. Look at this one. I had this pattern. It went all the way down, smashed my stop loss, but then I'm still buying it. I'm still buying it now because I know how to trade it after price has hit my stop loss. As time goes on, I'm going to teach you guys how this actually works. If price hits your stop loss, where next to catch the entry back up? As time goes on, I'm going to show you. Because what smart money does is smart money will always give you a second chance. It will always give you a second chance to win a trade. But then the problem is, once we lose a trade, we become too afraid. We become scared. This is Euro AUD. Look at how this trade played out. Oh my God, that was just beautiful. Euro AUD, it hit the entry. That is a butterfly. It hit the entry, went above it, a little drawdown, and then, oh my God, this is good. If you look into my big pattern, I have some more trades that I took alongside the big one that I had. So you can see how this plays out, guys. I'm showing you the evidence of how it plays out on every other pair. It works. Just go through the pairs, find them, and trade them. I think this move is trying to run away from me. The main move, it hasn't reached the entry zone yet. It hasn't reached the entry zone yet. But I could trade this up. I could buy this trade up. All right, let's see if we can take a trade here today. Going into next week. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Let's change the time zone. This is a different trading strategy. At this point, I'm expecting price to buy up. I'm expecting price to move buy up completely. This would be my zone marked up. This is a different strategy. So does news affect this strategy? Yes, news affect this strategy, but then there is a different strategy that I trade. I have combined with this strategy. If you use them together, you're not afraid of the news. You're not scared of the news. You know that the news is actually going to bring it to you, bring the trade to you. Am I making sense to you, Reese? Just like I'm showing you here, the trade I'm showing you here. I think this trade is going to buy. I think it's going to go up. From this zone, I think price is going to go up. And the reason is because I have a candlestick here. I have an institutional candlestick here. And I have another one here. I'm expecting price to retrace off one of these candlesticks. You might ask me, what do I mean by institutional candlestick? Look at how immediately this red candlestick formed. There was a very big blue move, bullish move. Give me a one in the chat box if you see what I'm trying to say. Good. Immediately, price came down into this red candlestick. Look at what happened. Look at the retracement that happened. If we go on a lower time frame, you see the price action. It's just beautiful. Look, it hit the zone and immediately price moved up quickly, showing you a sign that price don't want to stay in this zone. So what you're going to see from now to maybe Wednesday next week is what we call divergence. Price is going to be doing this. While on your RSI will be doing something like that, showing you a sign that price want to move up. You can mark my words. Copy this trade, what I've just done here on USD CHF. Between now and next week Wednesday, this is the price action you're going to see. Price would be coming down slowly, very choppy, and RSI will be going up, giving you the signal that price is going to be moving up from this zone eventually. This is what I mean by the second strategy that I add onto this strategy that gives me the confidence in taking trades like this. I'm not scared of a news release or whatsoever. I know that news release is eventually going to take the trade to me. I've marked up this zone. I think I posted this trade into the group. I posted it into the Harmonic boot group. You can have a look at it and then copy and paste it onto your own trading view, and you understand what I mean. Eventually, if price don't retrace from this zone, I want it to retrace from this purple box. This is where I want it to retrace from. You can see I've already marked up the zone. So I want to take every opportunity to take this trade. Okay. I want to stop talking. Anybody else want to ask a question? Just unmute yourself and let's talk.
You know the session time zones?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the purpose of that again? To just see, you talk about the pink boxes and things like that.
What that gives you is an idea of which session you're actually looking at and how consistently price is playing around those zones. So let's go back to you. Let's add it back on the chart. Let's add it back on the chart and see what it does. So if I look at this, let's go on a smaller time frame. If I look at this, I can select every color by color and then analyze what is actually happening in each color. So let's see when this started. This is the Asian session, the purple bit. You can back test it, and then you eventually begin to understand how price is actually acting up in every time zone. See, immediately London opening in the morning, it was selling in the Asian session, right? Manipulated people to sell in the Asian session, and immediately the London opening in the morning, the banks in London opened, and then price shifted all the way to the upside. Anybody who was selling up in this zone got taken out. Their stop loss got smashed out. That's the reason why I want you to take note of this session break. It gives you the understanding of how price is moving, what price is actually doing. And the same way, look at this purple zone. What happened again? Consolidation, price wasn't doing anything. And see, London open, boom, it went up. New York open. Before New York open, it gave you a second rate entry to the trade. And then it shot up again before it came back down in the Asian session.
Oh.
You see, you can go back home, go through your own chart, put this on, and study every single pair and how it behaves. That's the reason why I showed you this trick. Just go and then study how every single pair behave in every time zone. In the Asian session, look, it went all the way up. And immediately London was about to open. Look at how it dropped. So anybody else who was selling at this point in time, in the Asian session, immediately London opened. Look, it came all the way down, smashed their stop losses, and then it went up. Is that some value right there for you guys?
Definitely, yeah.
Good, good. I'm happy we're learning something here. And look, that's literally exactly what is happening here. New York opening. That's what happened. Price dropped in the Asian session. Look at what's doing now. We're almost approaching the Asian session. What I expect this price to do, by the time we should reopen the market on Monday, I want to see price shot up. I want to see price do this. By the time it should open in the Asian session, I want to see price do some crazy gap move. Look at all this consolidation. It's telling you what price is about to do. You just have to go home, back test it, go through your own chart, back test every single pair. And guys, trust me, you can trade the pairs beautifully, and you're going to have a brilliant understanding of how this market is actually doing. I use all this little skill in my trading. I don't do much. You will not see me talking too much, making too much comment in the AFA group, in the Kingdom Builders team, whatever team. I don't like doing that. If you ask me questions, if you ask me for help, yes, I would want to help, but I try to keep things to myself as much as I can, except somebody comes to ask. So when I saw that people were talking about the Harmonic scanner, how they're struggling to make consistent profit out of it, I decided to do this to help other people see how, regardless of Harmonic scanner giving people stop losses and other skill, I have redeveloped my own strategy using the Harmonic scanner and making consistent profit out of it. And trust me, you can do it too. Am I making sense, guys?
Yeah.
You can do it too. Just learn the skill set, understand it, practice it consistently. And as you do it, trust me, This did not come to me so easily. I was applying different strategies, combining different skills together, and then I ended up to this point. And as time goes on, I believe that I'm gonna get even better. I'm gonna learn even more, improve myself, and then add some more skill onto this. Is this being recorded? Yes, it is being recorded, Reese. It is being recorded. All right. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions?
When's the next session?
We're gonna do the next session. Are we free? Are we free on tomorrow or Sunday? All right.
Yeah.
Let's communicate in the group and then see how we can best fit around everybody else. Is that all right, guys?
Okay then.
All right. Reese is asking, do you use stop loss? Yes, I do use stop loss. I do use stop loss, but oh come on, this is a trade setting up right here. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Reese, I'm gonna answer your question, but let's do this. There is a trade setting up right here. Let's go through it. So this is my support. I'm going to measure this move. All right, this is a butterfly move I'm looking at. It's different from the Gartley. I thought it could be a Gartley, then we would take it down, but let's take it process by process. If I mark this up completely, I'll put it in the group, and anybody who is interested to trade it, you can trade it for yourself if you are happy to trade it. But yeah, I did something on, I took this trade last, I think 3 days ago or so. Look at how it played out. Guys, Harmonics is beautiful. I love it. It's my strategy, so I love it. I don't know about you, but once you get used to it, you're going to put some value on this and you're going to be like, wow. It's nothing so hard to learn, but it works.
Just looks it.
What?
I said it just looks hard, all these different things. It just looks it, but I guess anything that,
That's the reason why I've recorded it. You can just go through the video, yeah? Go back. I'm gonna post the recording in the book group. Go back, rewatch it, practice it, go through charts, try and find it. Try and find the pattern for yourself. Or what you can do is, yeah, go on the Harmonic scanner, find every Gartley pattern on the Harmonic scanner. Open your trading view and do the measurement for yourself. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
As a starter, if you're going to struggle to see the shapes for your own self, go on Harmonic scanner, pick out every Gartley pattern, measure them out for yourself and see how they played out. All right, let me answer your question on the stop loss bit. So assuming I take this trade, Oh no. I take this trade. This is where my stop loss is going to be. Let's make it a little bit bigger, So I'm going to measure from, this is a different pattern. Let's go back on the Euro card. This is a different pattern. Let's go on the Euro card. Yes. So in this case, this is where my stop loss is going to be. I'm going to measure from X to A, and my typical stop loss is going to be at the 1.13 level. Let's put in the chat box. Stop loss. This is textbook 1.13 level. Textbook stop loss. And because this is a textbook stop loss, The only warning I'm going to give you is that smart money is very good at smashing the stop loss. They will take you out of the trade immediately because they know that people trade harmonic patterns, and then this is our textbook stop loss. That's why I've made it red on my Fibonacci retracement. You can modify your own Fibonacci retracement too. If you go on the settings, I've modified all my settings. I love my 50%. I love my 71.8 71%, and then the 1.13%. So I've modified them into different colors, and then the rest I've kept them as the same color. This is our textbook stop loss. But then price mostly or usually come up here, smash your stop loss, and then you see price retrace all the way back down, hits all the TPs. So what I do is if I place my first trade and it hits my stop loss, I'm waiting for price to come around 1.272 or 1.414, and then I'll sell it back down. And every time I do this, guys, it works. Every time I do this, it works. I wait for price to hit my stop loss. If price go above my D point, retraces above my resistance zone, it means that the price has changed direction. So I have to readjust my harmonic pattern, take the trade from my 1.272 or 1.414 and sell it back down to this point, to where my resistance was. Do you know why I do that? Because when price breaks above the resistance zone, it always has to come back and retest the very resistance it has broken. That's the concept I am using when my harmonic pattern stop loss is hit. When price move above my resistance zone, price has to come back and retest my resistance zone. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a 1 in the chat box if I'm making sense. All right, good. We getting it. We getting it. So that's all I mean. Price breaks above my resistance zone, and then I see it going up and up. Yes, of course, it's gonna hit my stop loss. I'll just leave it to hit my stop loss. In the end, I'm using good risk management. I'll let it hit my stop loss and catch the trade back at the 1.272 or 1.414. That is what I was saying to Reese at first when I said I don't really care about the stop loss. I don't really. If I'm trading this harmonic pattern, I don't really care about the stop loss. But I'm teaching this as a skill, so I have to teach you the right way to trade it. That's the reason why I am giving you the stop loss. The textbook stop loss. You measure your fib from the X to A, and then your extension level 1.13. You're going to put your stop loss just above it, just above the 1 point. So this is where the stop loss is going to be. In this case, price did not even approach that zone. Immediately, it went past the resistance zone, it dipped back down. The resistance is very strong, so it held. And now we see price dropping. Any more questions? Then we can bring this session to an end.
I'll catch you offline, mate.
All right. Any more questions? Anybody else? None from me. Okay. So after today, if you're doing Gartley pattern and you're struggling, just put it in the group chat, in the boot group chat, and yeah, I will reply you immediately, or you can message me directly. Immediately I see it, I will reanalyze your chart. Just draw the pattern, put it in the group chat, ask Francis, is that all right? Can I take this trade? Is it looking good for me? Yes. If I confirm, then yeah, we all take the trades together and then make some good profit out of it. So yeah, I will close the Zoom. I'll close the Zoom here. Thank you all for jumping on, by the way. I'll put the recorded session in the group chat available for everybody. We'll see you again next time we agree to meet, guys. Thank you all. All right. You're welcome, Reese. You're very welcome, Kara. See you in a bit. Bye.